Alrighty, guys. So this is our final mindset video. And so all we're going to do is just leave you with what to kind of do moving forward. And this is, without being said, it's pretty simple. It's just put goodness in your mind, not junk. So it's kind of like how we look at our nutrition. Essentially, we want to put good food, nutrient dense food that's going to make us feel vibrant and alive, rather than junk food that's going to make us feel shitty, essentially. So we're going to kind of cover that, go over what that means and how you can do it, because the more you put goodness into your mind, the better your mind is going to work. It's just like nutrition, essentially. So let's get to the slides, and then final vid. Boom. Okay, so like I said, we can kind of look at like what we put into our mind, kind of like junk food. So I'll read along a little bit today. Think of your mind like your stomach. If you eat junk food, you will gain weight, get sick, and become unhealthy. Your mind is the same. If you consume brain junk, your mind will be slow, fatigued, weak, and unstable. We are what we eat is the same as we are what we watch, read, listen to, and talk about. So things to kind of look out for as brain junk, things like social media, just like scrolling, essentially, just like going through the motions of social media. Social media has a place. It's great for connecting with people that you haven't seen for a long time, or if you own a business, it's amazing for having a business. Listening to too much radio and music. Instead, you could listen to audio books. You could pop on YouTube, put on motivational speeches. You could listen to good, like, educational podcasts, people talking about the world and the problems. The news, it's almost always negative. So be careful with the amount of news we consume. If the news doesn't really affect you and your current state of living, it doesn't really matter. Parts of the news definitely we need to stay on top of, but if it's like different countries and just like negative stuff that's happening over the world, just don't worry about it. It really doesn't matter. Just live in your own little bubble in your country, your state, wherever you're at. It's just a much better way to live. Unfortunately, news is generally pretty negative because it's like people love consuming negative news. So yeah, it's pretty rare that news is positive. Too many movies, too many TV shows. There's a time and place, obviously, but if you get too addicted to it and that's all you consume and watch, it's going to be filling up your brain with junk. Having superficial conversations. So this is just like small talk, never really having like getting deeper, having those like D&M conversations or talking about life, the universe. You know, there's some awesome ways to have conversations, awesome people to talk to. And just like learning about people, their life experiences is always a good way to kind of try and engage in conversation. If it's always just superficial, again, it's not very good for the brain. It's not challenging for the brain. And we don't get that connection that we talked about. So again, boring small talk. So there's a time and place for all of these, but generally in small amounts. Think about all this stuff as like ice cream and chocolate. We can have it, but we want to have it in small amounts. All right, so read. Reading is one of the best things that we can do as a human being. So first of all, it's not a coincidence that almost every successful human being on the planet reads a lot. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest humans on the planet, is known to read 500 to 1,000 pages a day. He now talks about, obviously, doesn't work that much, but still works, but he reads up to 4 to 5 hours a day. Endless evidence and studies show that a key factor to self-made million and billionaires is the amount they read. The average successful CEO/entrepreneur reads up to 50 to 60 books per year, more than one a week. If you don't have time to read, which is a lie, you can also listen. So I am pushed for time. I'm like always hustling, trying to do things, training, working, hanging out with family and friends as much as I can, just living up life. And like I'll get a bit of reading in the morning and in the afternoons. But when I'm driving to work or when I'm like vacuuming or just doing like chores and things that I don't have to think too consciously about, I'm generally always listening to audiobooks or podcasts. It's just a great way to get in information and just think about different topics and ideas with the world. So I'll just read through as well, guys. You can also consume books through Audible. This is particularly good if you have limited, if you are limited with time. Listen in the car as you are doing daily chores / chilling out. Listen to recordings of motivational speakers, influential people, learn of people who have achieved what you want to achieve. That's a really important one. Nikki and I have made it a habit to listen to 10 to 20 minutes of motivational talks, lessons every morning, and it sets the mood for the day. So think of things like TED Talks or super influential people like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, there's Jim Rohn, the list goes on. There's so many. Even some like really influential actors have some great motivational stuff as well. Even Jim Carrey's got some cool stuff out there. All right, watch. Rather than watching movies and TV shows all of the time, try watching a documentary or spend it instead playing games with your loved ones, building stronger and deeper connections. Now that you know the power of connection and delayed gratification, not picking the easy option, why wouldn't you? So sometimes it does feel like you want to go to that comfort kind of habit of just like watching a TV show or something at the end of the day, but actually sitting down and engaging with whoever you're living with, your partner, your friends, your family, is just a great way to build connection, have a good time, laugh, you have awesome conversations, and you just never will regret it. Stop scrolling. Scrolling is by far one of the worst habits the human race has developed. It is a complete waste of time and brain numbing. Get off that phone, read, talk to people, find out about them and their life experiences, have meaningful conversations. So look, I'm not going to deny it. I get caught in the scroll hole for sure. Scrolling is, it's designed to be super addictive for the brain. There's very, very, very intelligent engineers and psychological engineers that create the algorithms and that create these huge social platforms like Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and stuffs to basically make our brain produce dopamine, that super addictive feel-good hormone, while scrolling through those social media platforms. So it's super addictive and it's hard to break that habit, but we got to be aware of it because it's just such a waste of time, and it does never ever make you feel good. You never scroll and feel like, oh, I feel alive, I feel awesome, I feel like I'm filled up with life now. It's just brain numbing, and we got to be careful of that stuff. It can consume so much time, it's not even funny. And then talk. Sorry, I moved. Talk. So talk to more people in deeper ways, find out about them, their interests, their life lessons, their lessons in life. You're always one conversation away to a whole new opportunity of your world. A bit of a spelling mistake there. Listen twice as much as you speak. Remember, interesting people are always interested. Ask more questions and listen with genuine care. You'll be amazed at what you can learn from people when you learn to truly listen on an emotional and empathetic level. So it's talked about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of the habits being empathetic listening. It's a very tricky skill to develop, but it does, once you like get the hang of it a little bit, it is incredible what you can learn off people and what you can kind of gather from when they're talking to you. Because when we communicate primarily through body language and tonality, not actually the words that are spoken. I can't remember the percentage of what they are, but it's primarily body language and tonality. So when we kind of are aware of that and we tune into that, that's how we communicate more so than the actual words that are spoken. The words just kind of specify things in a way. So next time you're kind of talking to someone, ask about them, go deeper into who they are, what they love, try and learn something from them. Literally every human being, this is one rule I like to live by, but every human being on earth has something to teach, and we can learn something off them. Whether it's a mistake in their life they've made, or if it's a little kid and just like how much fun they're having and how in the moment they are. Like we for some reason lose that ability down the track. But when you hang out with kids, you just get in this crazy playful state, and it's always just so much fun. So every human being on the planet has something to teach you. You just gotta know how to look for it. that's it for our last mindset vid. You guys are absolutely epic. We're almost at the end of the challenge. Keep it up, guys. And then everything that you've learnt and developed, all the habits that you've created throughout the last 30 days, we really, really, really hope you keep it up. You found some little tricks and tips for you to just make life a little bit better, make you a bit more of a superhuman. And just keep that stuff up, keep going, and just see how far you can take it. We will be running more challenges soon, so keep out for that. Stay posted for that. But for now, just keep being awesome. Keep up with all the healthy eating, the moving, and think about all this stuff that we've covered in the mindset. Big love, guys. You're absolutely epic. Thank you for being a part of our challenge and Monkey Motion. We can't wait to help you in any other way and just see you guys succeed. Peace.